today's children's lesson. Today we're going to learn that love is not proud. But first, let's sing some songs.
All right.
Okay. What song are we going to sing today, Kaden?
How about this little one?
Great.
Okay, great.
All right. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh yeah. I won't let Satan blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let Satan blow it out. No, I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let Satan blow it out. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh yeah. When I'm at my job, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, when I'm at my job, I'm gonna let it shine. When I'm at my job, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, oh yeah. Let it shine, let it shine, oh yeah. All right. Amen.
I think that's one of Claire's favorites that we did before. So Claire, we hope you really enjoyed that one. And so I'm looking forward to our lesson as we continue talking about love. And today we're going to talk about love not being proud.
That's right. So I'm going to go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and we've been learning a lot about love. Each one of these characteristics gives us just a little bit more of a picture of what it looks like to really demonstrate our love for God and for others. So as the scripture goes, it says, if I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. And the part we're looking at today is the rest of verse 4. We looked at verse 4 last week too. But it says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. And so we want to do things with love, because when we don't do things with love, it really just doesn't have the effect that we want it to have. It sounds really awful to people. It feels so bad. It just, people don't experience it as something that's really good when we do things without love. And so today we're talking about how love is not proud. And so the word for proud, the word for proud, or what that really is saying there, is that it's saying that love is not it's not puffed up. It's not puffed up. It's not full of oneself. It's so when you think about pride, you think about it in the way that it's like when somebody, they have a big head. They think a lot about themselves. They think that they're the greatest of or whatever. And so
it's a figure of speech. When we say someone has a bigger head. A big ego. Yeah.
Whoa, big. That's right. They think a lot of themselves, and so this is saying, the Bible's saying that that's not love. When we are our heads are blown up, or our ego is inflated, for all those really, really smart advanced kids out there. We do things to others, and it just does not feel like love. And so being puffed up.
Right, let me get you some things. We have a couple props here. I'm going to bring them over.
Great.
I know you guys probably saw me out there chewing gum. It's a part of the lesson.
We have to eat that?
You're going to chew it.
You don't like how the water is. It gives me a headache.
Oh, okay. Then you don't have to do it. But you do it, Asia.
I'll take it.
Okay. No, you're good.
All right.
Okay.
I'll try that too.
Okay. So puffed up.
Puffed up is like when you blow a bubble, right? I'm going to blow a bubble with this gum.
Okay, we'll try.
You're just gonna keep chewing it. I can't bubble blower.
I can't blow bubble. Okay, watch again. Let's see how big. Let's see if we can get bigger.
It's a little bit hard because I have like 0 teeth in my mouth.
What happens eventually?
What happens eventually when
It pops.
It pops.
Okay. You can do this one though. We have another way to show it. So can you guys blow this up? Are you gonna try it, Andrew?
Not flying.
Okay. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one, but then it deflated.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't even matter how big
How am
it
I
is.
supposed to do it?
I know, but maybe you might need to.
I think my gum's gonna go
Okay,
inside.
try. So now what you're gonna do is you guys are gonna blow it up as fast as you can, as big as you can without it popping. Let's see who can get it the biggest. Without popping it. What, do you need to put your gum in?
No, you're chewing gum and blow.
Your gum's gonna end up inside the balloon. Oh, the edge of mine is broken.
Oh, is it?
No,
Yeah,
I think
no,
so.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Okay. So I guess Kaden won this one then, by default. But what happens, Kaden, if you keep blowing that?
I can go low.
If he keeps blowing that, what's going
Yeah,
to eventually happen? Right. Okay, we're not going to do that one. Or, that's exactly the other thing we were going to do, Asia. It either blows up and pops, or it gets deflated. All the hot air eventually comes out. Right? Okay.
Hot air and droplets.
Okay. And droplets. Okay.
I am ready.
Okay. Last one, because then Daddy's going to go back to the lesson.
This is horrible. Let's go to the
I think we got it. Okay. Oh, you got a little. It's a little one.
Oh my
It doesn't matter. Anyone, little or big, ends up eventually popping or getting deflated in some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And so, you know, it's the same. It's the same with pride. I mean, eventually you get humbled. Eventually you realize one way or another that you're not as great as you thought you were, or things aren't as good as you portrayed them to be. But along the way, when we are just proud and we boast and we talk about ourselves, we put others down, or we don't consider others along the way. And so even though eventually you get humbled, what happens is people who are around you and spend time with you, they don't experience love. They experience a lot of self, a lot of yourself. And so there's a great example of this. Jesus he gives a parable in Luke 18, and it says, to some who were confident of their own righteousness and looked down on everyone else, Jesus told this parable. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee, the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, God, I thank you that I am not like these other people, these robbers, these evildoers, these adulterers, and even this tax collector right here. I fast twice a week and give a tenth of all I get. Now, who is this guy talking about? Who is this guy really focused on?
Himself.
He's focused on himself. He's praying to God. He's thanking God, which I guess is a good thing, but he's thanking him that he's better than all these other people. And then the tax collector prays. And it says, but the tax collector stood at a distance. He wouldn't even look up to heaven, but beat his chest and said, God, have mercy on me, a sinner. I tell you, this man, rather than the other, went home justified before God. Jesus said this man is actually had a good relationship with God. This other man who's talking about how good he is and he's thanking God, but he's thanking him because he's saying, I'm better than this other guy over here. Jesus was like, no. What did you see in the tax collector? What was it about him? Why do you think Jesus said, this guy has a good relationship with God?
He apologized for doing wrong, and he was like, I'm sorry for just sinning. Other than the other guy was just like, thank you for not letting me be like these sinners. I don't want to be like them. Because if they don't sin, then it's like they don't have any experience and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the thing that he was praying about, and he was so broken. He was just so humble and wanting to be better, wanting God to forgive him. He said he didn't even look up to heaven. What else did it say that he did? There was one more thing it said that he did as he was praying. Did you catch that?
He pounded his chest.
Yeah. He pounded his chest. He's like, God, I'm so bad. I do the wrong thing. Help me. See, he was not proud. He was not proud. Now, how much love do you think that he felt from that Pharisee? The guy that's saying, God, thank you that I'm not like this guy.
Do you think he felt loved by the Pharisee?
No, I think he felt disrespected.
Exactly. And so that is why we see when we are puffed up with pride, we really just see ourselves better than everybody. And people feel that. They feel like you think you're better than me. And it doesn't feel good. It definitely does not feel like love. But God sees it and he knows. And so God says we should be like that tax collector, just humble and aware of ourselves.
And when you're full of yourself and full of seeing yourself, it's hard to see other people. So I have one thing I want to show you guys. I always have an example. Maybe Shannon, could you bring this tray over just a little bit?
Ooh,
Well, it's going to symbolize love. Red, love, not blood. Asia. Okay. So I want to show you this. So we're talking about not being proud. So it's kind of like, well, then how do we not do that? Or what do we do then? We don't know what not to do. What should we do? So say this red stuff is your love. This is you, right? A beaker of love. But you see, it's not full of love, right? It has this much love in it. And all of this in here is pride. Pride keeps us from being full of love. So all of this is pride. And this is love. And we want to be filled up with love. So what we need to do is we need to be humble. Jesus was the perfect example of being humble. He was God's son. He's God's son. But he was like, I'll come down and I'll give up even my life for these people. He was completely humble. So the way that you get rid of pride is to fill yourself with humility. So this is humility. And what happens when I pour it in?
Fills it up.
So now I have less room for the pride, right? There's less room for the pride. I'm going to put this here. And if I keep being humble, keep thinking about, like the tax collector. Yeah, you can pour it. What happens? Keep pouring out my humility.
It overflows.
Right. Can you want to throw some in there? If you keep,
is that just water?
It's humility. But yes, it's humility water. And you keep pouring it, you will overflow in love. If you can see it here, it just gets to the point where it can't even be contained anymore. It's getting all around in this bowl in here. And so that's a good example. The way that we can really fight pride is to be humble, to not think more about ourselves, but to be like, think humbly about ourselves. Like, man, I mess up a lot. I can forgive that person. Or I need grace. I can do this for that person. Or I know what it's like to have a hard day. So when someone else has a hard day, I can understand. So when we fill up on humility, we get rid of pride and we can be full of love.
Wow, I love that. Love displaces, humility displaces pride.
Gets rid of it.
Gets rid of
right.
it.
Okay, so now would be a perfect time for us to do this cool.
Asia's quarantine craft time craft.
Yes. We'll be right back in a second. All right, so Asia, I'm excited about your craft time today. What are we going to be making?
So we're going to be making a stress ball to put some things in and squeeze that pride out.
Okay, put some good stuff in, squeeze that pride out. Okay, so what are we going to need for today?
So for today's craft, we're going to need a balloon, any color you choose, some tape, some paper, any color or any kind, some all-purpose or any kind of flour. Also, you can use sand.
Or rice, maybe.
And a bottle, plastic bottle.
Okay. And it looks like you have
a marker, and we just use the measuring cup.
Something to pour with?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do first?
So first, what you want to do is you want to roll this paper until it kind of
makes the funnel shape.
Like this, and it's supposed to you're gonna use this as a funnel, which we already
can
did,
tape
and
it.
We have this.
Right, I'm sure they could get help with their parents, and then they can put tape on it.
And we just taped it, and there it is.
Okay, so
next you're gonna want to take your bottle. You're gonna want to stick the funnel into it. Now, Mom, you could help me with this part.
I sure can.
I'm going to put some of the measuring cup and the all-purpose flour and flatten it out. But be careful, this is a very messy one.
I have a feeling we're going to make a mess today.
Yes, we are.
All right. You may want to stand. Oh, can you get
I'm going to stand.
Oh, you want me to help you? Okay, so you're pouring the flour into the
already getting messy. It's stuck in the measuring cup.
Okay. Let me see. I have a little trick. So what we might want to do is not do it so packed. Normally we do it like that when we're cooking, but we might not want to fill it when we're doing it. Just lightly. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Now we're going to see how it just comes right in there. And if it doesn't work, just stick any kind of like skewer or like stick inside of it to make sure. I'm just like doing this to make sure that
it goes down.
Yep.
Okay. All right. There we go. How much of that are we putting in?
I would go until like.
Oh, you know what? If you lift it up and down, it looks like it goes in too. Okay. Oh, that's a lot.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Great.
Oh, it's getting messy.
Yeah.
And you might cough or sneeze in this. So.
Okay. How's that? Is that good, or we need a little bit more?
I'm gonna do one more.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
Alright, and see, it's already getting a mess. Alright,
trying to get it all in there. There's still some sand. So we're filling up on some good stuff, she said.
Yep.
And then
you're gonna take your balloon. I'm just spitting.
Okay, you're gonna take your balloon. Oh, go ahead. Want me to help you?
So I'm gonna blow up this balloon. And you don't want to do it too much. So, Mom, could you help me out with it?
Okay, so this is a tricky part, I think. You said to me earlier.
So I'm lightheaded. That's what I'm going to do that balloon.
So you gotta blow it up, but you gotta hold it. Have someone hold it. And okay, you'll put it over.
I'm going to like
I'll hold
stretch out the like yellow part and
the mouth of the balloon.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Stretch out the mouth. Okay.
Hit it nice and tight. Oh, yeah, I think I got it. I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So hold it. Oh,
and
look
boom!
at that.
I know this could be a cool experiment.
That reminds me of the time we did the experiment and the balloon kind of blew up with the vinegar and it got all over the mug.
Yes.
Okay, so then what do we do?
So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hold this because you don't want this to pop.
Okay, I'll let go.
And I'm going to just flip it.
Okay.
And Mom's going to help me out with this one. And I'm just going to...
Or squeeze.
Yeah,
we're going to get it all in there. I hope that's not too loud out there for you guys.
I might have to speak up a little bit.
So it's a messy and a noisy craft today, Asia.
Yes, one of my favorites.
Oh, you like being noisy and making a mess?
There's some flour in there.
Okay.
And now what we're going to do is we're going to
take that off. Wait, let's roll it off.
Yeah.
It might, so it doesn't pop.
Oh,
So
I
we're
see
gonna
a
roll it
hole.
up.
It got a hole in it.
It's gonna be all right because we're gonna tie it, right? So, and then what do you do?
And then just gonna let the air out.
Yeah, slowly. Because I have a feeling that can come flying out.
And don't point it at your eyes because that will burn.
Yeah. So you're gonna pour it out till what point? Oh, I see. Until you just Let me see.
Oh, that is.
So you poured it out. Let's show everyone so they see
I
what you
poured
did.
it out until
It got to the
I
full.
got to the full
All right.
heart of that. I'm gonna use this a lot. My goodness.
Okay, so then you're gonna need your parent probably to help you.
I got it. I can do
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry. I just did it for you.
Thank you. That's a little helpful. And
Okay.
boom! You're stressable!
Oh, wait. I think you know what? We might need to wipe it off before you draw on it because
I don't know. I kind of
it'll
like
get
it the way it
sticky.
is.
Well, the marker won't last.
No, don't hit me, baby. So, as you can see, we've got our stress ball here, and it's working really well. You can use rice, sand, anything for it, and I wouldn't press too hard, like do that, and it could pop. So that's the only thing with this one.
I got something to wipe it off with. So we wiped it off.
And now I'm going to take
Nice and dry and
a
clean.
marker,
Okay.
and I'm going to draw on him.
And so we get to squeeze out pride. We filled up like filling up on humility and squeezing out pride. There you go.
I'm sorry I have to do this to you, Gerald.
All right. Are you doing an emoji face?
I don't know what I'm doing. I could just like.
Oh, that's so cute. Very cute. Let's show him.
That's
Yeah.
Gerald.
That's Gerald. And he's sticking his tongue out, so he's squeezing pride out.
Also, you can use like any kind of string or yarn to like attach hair to it.
Oh yeah, you can make cool hair on the top of Gerald.
I want Gerald to be hairy. Everybody wants that. Oh, look at him. Yeah.
That's really great.
Oh, I love this. I'm never stopping.
Okay, so
Well,
that
I
was
hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah,
this.
that was a fun one. But this is definitely one, kids. You're gonna need some help from your parents, but it was fun and pretty
I need
easy.
to wipe off Gerald. He's
All
got a
right.
flower all
I
over him.
enjoy this Asia corn.
I'm gonna use this a lot because I get upset a lot, and this is gonna be very useful. So,
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We're gonna have Kaden close us out with a prayer, and that'll be it for today.
okay, Gerald, you're gonna sit
All
right
right,
here.
you put them right there. All right. Well, it concludes like our craft time, and now Kaden's gonna end us with a prayer for our Love is Not Proud lesson.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, God in heaven, God, thank you for allowing us to have yet another class together. God, please help us to not be proud and to be like the tax collector and be having humility and pouring out our love. And even if we have sinned or done stuff wrong, which all of us have done, God, please help us to just repent and to not be proud. And it's your name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you for praying, Kaden.
Yeah.
Love your prayers. And you're loving Gerald over there. But we're glad you guys could be with us. We hope you had fun. And remember, fill up on the good stuff, squeeze out the pride, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
The video is way better.
Drop the mic, Gerald. Banana. Can you want me to make you one?
Oh, I could do that in the other thing. This is not my phone.
I sent them both to.
After this quick message
All right.
from
Yeah,
Little
go ahead.
Caesars.
Go ahead, Kate.
Pizza.
Pizza.
It's not actually red.